Alright, I'd like to show you inside this cabinet now. It's really quite amazing. It's just electronic tools and instruments for days. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look in here. There's a multimeter. An analog multimeter. Hold on a second. There we go. Analog multimeter. There's your adjusters right there. It does AC and DC and resistors. Or resistance. There's some hard drives. Here's a scale. Here's a high voltage probe. Very high voltage probe. So, this is an equalizer. How about that? Equalizer, audio equalizer. And let's see here. Power supply, fan, power supply right there, siren, multimeter. Up here, multimeter. Right there, multimeter. I'm sure there's more in here. Yeah, probably. Anyway, power supply, power supply, power supply, power supply, power supply. This is a frequency counter, just like the one on his bench over there. Power supply. Isolation transformer. Fan, of course, another fan. This could be some kind of filter. It's a Jim made type of thing. It's just his standard wooden style with all his little screws and everything. Jim definitely made that. Yep, power supply. This one's actually labeled power supply. This is a neat little signal tracer. So you feed in a signal to these inputs, and you can adjust the resistance on the inputs, and then here's a speaker, and so this will turn any digital signal into sound, so you can listen to what the signal frequency sounds like. And so, you know, it's like an audio oscilloscope. Of course, that's only relevant if the frequency is between 50 Hertz and about 18,000 Hertz, the human hearing range. And then here's another Jim built device. It's an audio splitter. I found about 6 of these in his closet and workshops, and he I don't know why he built so many of these, but he loves splitting audio into more than one channel. Here's another Jim invention. Wait for it to focus. Come on. There we go. 9-volt battery input, some kind of thing on the inside. It's a black box. Totally a black box. And then, oh, it looks like an amplifier. It's an amplifier. He made an amplifier, a pocket amplifier. And then this is full of AC DC adapters. He's got tons of those. Let me show you some of these other things I didn't show you before. Here's a rather good looking oh, this is a resistor capacitor bridge with any combination you want. This is amazing. I'll explain that in a second. There's another one over on the shelf. This is a signal generator, another one, just like that one right there. And then, hold on a second, sorry about the video quality. This is what is it? Some kind of voltmeter or tube? Oh, it's a tube tester? No? Not sure. I'll get back to you on this. You can see the controls a little bit. But anyway, this cow. Right, back to this thing. So This is called an RC combination box. And what it does, this would have been really useful to have at Cal Poly. You can select any capacitance value you want from this list right here. And then you can select any resistance value you want. This is the high range. No, this is the low range. Focus. God, I wish there was a manual focus on this. Okay. So, select the resistance value that you want. Select the higher resistance value that you want. These two are additive. This plus this equals the resistance of this. Of course, that depends on this dial. You can have a short circuit. These are connected. You can have an open circuit. These things are not connected at all. You can have just a capacitor. Whatever value you've selected here is the capacitance there. Just a resistor. Whatever these add up to, that's the resistance here. You can have a parallel RC, which means it'll put this capacitor in parallel with this resistor, and that's your output. You can do series RC, this resistor in series with this capacitor, and that's your. And this is amazing. This is like taking all of this, for all the variety that's in there, any capacitor or resistor that you want, and there it is in one box. You can just choose the one that you want by adjusting the dials, and there it is. This one, it's exactly the same thing, except that it has some kind of voltage range here. I'm not sure if that's the voltage tolerance or what. It's got a ratio here. You've got a range selector here for microfarad resistance. Well, there's a comparator right there. And you can compare. Yeah, there you go. You can put a capacitor there, another resistor capacitor here, and compare them. And then there's a little readout here. Not sure what that is. Could be. It looks like a light. Not sure though. Power factor, of course, for the capacitors or the resistor. It could be either one. And then just off. This is really fascinating. It's another resistor capacitor bridge, so you can tune in exactly the value that you need. And and then look at that. There's a capacitor tester right there. Very useful device. That also would have come in handy at a couple of Cal Poly labs. And then we've got this. This is a power monitor. You've probably heard of a kilowatt. You plug it into the wall, and then you plug your device or appliance into the kilowatt, and it'll tell you exactly what current or voltage or power that you're using, and so that can help monitor how much power each of your appliances use. This is exactly the same thing, only it's analog and much older, but it does the same thing. It has a plug in the back, and then this is the output plug. You plug in, say, a blender, and then you say, your current range. You say, do I want to measure the volts or the current or the power? And then you say, do you want to measure it based on the line cord or the test leads? Because this thing also has test leads, but we put it on line cord. You plug in your device, and then the needle will tell you exactly how much power your thing is using. Very useful. I haven't opened this box yet. Who knows what's in there? I'll probably open it in a second here and show you. But Jim's Cabinet of Wonders. All very useful stuff. Completely wonderful.